सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Did I explain that Sahana Vavatu in this class? In this class, meaning of Sahana Vavatu?
No, Guruji.
I don't think so. Okay.
We did it earlier in the Bhagavad Gita case.
Okay. Let's chant this Mangalacharanam first. सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. Okay. So, before we continue with Vivekachoodamani, let us spend a few minutes to understand this, what we call Shanti mantras. When we teach or when we study the Shastram, Vedam, then depending on what we are studying, we take a Shanti mantra. Many Shanti mantras there are there in the Vedas, and based on what we are studying, we pick up a Shanti mantra like Mundaka Upanishad, because it is from Atharvana Veda. We pick up the Shanti mantra called Bhadran Karnebi Shrunayama Devaha. But then there is a standard Shanti mantra which we chant before any of our classes. Wherever there is teaching involved, teaching and studying involved, there is a mantra. Okay, this is there in Yajurveda. It may be there in other Vedas also. And that is this Sahana Bhavatu, because it literally, the context is teacher, teach, student context. It's called a Shanti mantra. Shanti mantra means a mantra which prays for Shanti, which prays for freedom from problems. Nobody wants problems, so freedom from problems. Anything that can stop us from studying the Shastra. Freedom, that is called Ashanti. Freedom from Ashanti is called Shanti. All right. Now, Sahana Vavatu. Saha now avatu. That is how you split those words. Na avatu means you split it into now and avatu. Avatu is the verb there. Avatu, rakshatu, palayatu, trahi, pahi. Trahimam, pahimam. That is exactly what it is. Avatu, pahi. Okay. May he, saha avatu. May he protect. Saha ha. Sometimes you have what? Saha ha. Now avatu. 4 words are there. So that saha and ha, visarga goes off, and so it is saha. Ha means indeed. May he definitely protect us. All right. Protect. Now is the word. Now. In Sanskrit, now means both of us. Avam. Avam. Aham avam vayam. Mam avam asman. So that Ditya Vibhakti, Dvivachanam it is. Both of us. May he protect both of us. That is the literal meaning of this Sahana Vavatu. Both of us means both the teacher and the student. All right, Sahana Vavatu. Saha now, that same now is coming again. Saha now bhunaktu. Saha also is same. Now also is same. Verb is different. Bhunaktu. Bhunaktu. Lot. So request. It's a prayer. Bhunaktu. All right. So literal meaning of bhunaktu is nourish. Nourish. And many people mistake this mantra to be, since it talks about nourish means bhojanam, Bhojanam, nourishment, good food, nutritious food. You all should have a yes or no. Obviously. Now only people are learning. And even children are being taught what is nutritious food. And so what happens? These people, they chant in front before having bhojanam, a meal. They chant Sahanavat. And I wonder what is going on here. Both of us means, where is the us in this bhojanam? Please tell me. Cook and cooked. Cook and eater. Maybe that is the two. I don't know. We have to ask these people who are chanting. Both of us have to be protected, no? Because tomorrow cook has to be there. Otherwise, how I'm going to eat? So both have to be protected. Correct? Maybe that is it. But no, I think they mistake it to be like that. This mantra is not to be chanted. Bhojana mantras, there are many. Anna Purne, Sada Purne is there. So many things are there. Anyway, uh, so Bhunaktu means nourish. Nourish in the sense of all the things that are needed for me to grasp the Shastram, what is going to be taught. Could even be Ramayana, Mahabharatam also. Need not be Veda. Could even be. Ramayana, Mahabharatam and all, they have different mantras. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Vyasa, we have to invoke Vyasa and all. So, and Narayana, etc. Because Krishna is involved. So, like there's many mantras. Ramayana and all, if you look at the Upanyasakaras, the first 7-8 minutes they'll be chanting all these slokas, correct? Abba is so beautiful to hear. So that our Upanyasa, let it be proper. How much prayer is there? All right. Sahanau bhunaktu. Whatever is needed for me to sit in class for 1 hour. Okay. Uh, it requires a lot of preparation. We've all been prepared. Karma Yoga Buddhi is there. That is why we can sit in a class like this. Otherwise, it's not possible. It's not possible. So, Sahanau Bhunaktu. Saha Viryam Karavavahai. Viryam. Viryam means capacity. May he give us the capacity to study the scriptures. Because Vedam means I must understand. Veda Pramanam. Veda Pramanam I must understand. So much basics are there which I might miss. Okay. There is a shloka. There is a shloka like this, which runs like this. Pratyakshenanu mityava yastu payona vidyate. Yenam vidanti vedena tasmat vedasya vedata. Why should anybody study the Veda? That is what this shloka is telling. Okay. Why? As though I have everything in my life. Okay. Ups and downs are there. Everybody has ups and downs. So what now? What is the use of Veda? Is it going to somehow do something magical? Yeah. That is what this shloka is telling. Okay. When pratyakshenanu mityava is pratyaksham, anumanam, etc. What are the means of knowledge available to a human being? Pratyaksham, perception, main means of knowledge. By this sense organs only, I get all the data. That is how I learned so many things in this, since my childhood. Pratyakshena anumityava, anumanam, anumanam, inference. Now, once I get the data, I can think through, I can process, I can make inferences. With insufficient data, I can make inferences. And if I am blessed, I can make good inferences. And based on those good inferences, good conclusions, I can come to decisions. I can make some decisions. Good decisions I can make. And with some patience and all that, some other qualities are there, then I can lead I can keep away from trouble. How about that? I can keep away from trouble and lead a better life than otherwise. Pratyakshena mityava yastu payo na labhyate. That for which this pratyaksham and anumanam does not help. Yastu payo na vidyate, correct? Doesn't help anymore. This pratyaksham, anumanam, this mind, this intelligence, this smartness, and all these things that are there, which is what a human being is gifted with. Even that fails. Where that also fail, these things also fail. All the books I have, all the prizes and awards I got, even those things where it fails. Yenam vidanti vedena. Yenam vidanti vedena. Then that is where Veda has to be picked up. That is the beginning, starting point for studying the Veda. For example, karma is there and punyam papam is there. No, this intelligent person also cannot figure it out. Cannot figure it out. Devatas are there, cannot figure out. Ishvara is there, cannot figure out. Cannot figure out. There is no chance. We don't have any access to all these things. What access? We can write a fiction maximum. Fiction can be written and can imagine things and write. But fiction is not reality, So it's not there. Dharma. If I transgress dharma, what are the consequences? I don't know. Maximum I can say, no, do the right thing. It's not worth it. It's not worth cheating people. Don't do that. You won't be able to sleep in the night. Like this, we can give a lecture for a long time. A lot of people are giving lectures. We can give that. Okay, fine. But real consequences, punya papam, quantitative it is. That we can't. We don't have access to it. Veda has to come and tell us. And so that is all the karma kanda. And then if you do these kinds of karmas, you can get more artha, you can get more kama also, you can get more punyam papam also. All that is there in karma kanda. Okay. So much is involved. And then finally, then if I want to know myself, Atma is the only thing I can't figure out. Means among many things I can't figure out, Atma definitely I can't figure out. Why? I can't figure out because the figure outer, I don't know how to say, the figure outer is the one to be figured out. And so how? How is it going to happen? Not possible. And science is always peering through the telescopes, okay, and through all these proton accelerators and all that. That's all good. It has its own benefit. But that benefit is within the prayers, dharma, artha, kama only. It can't, it is in fact not even dharma, it is not involved. Artha and kama only maximum. And so I have to rely on the Veda, which is therefore called a mirror of words. Mirror of words. Pramanam. Pramanam it is. It is like the eyes, it should tell me exactly what is there. The eyes cannot interfere in what that object is. Look at that. The eye has to report to me exactly what is there. Ideally, a good pair of eyes will tell me exactly what is there. All these things, the scenery I see, all the birds are there, trees are all there. I'm seeing. It is reporting. Sometimes eyes are not good, so I have to wear my glasses. I have to correct my vision because eyes are, the quality of the eyes is reducing. So with all those corrective devices, I can now see better. It is supposed to report things exactly as it is. Veda also reports, except it is not pratyaksham or anumanam, it is a mirror. It's a mirror. And that mirror is called the pramanam. Exactly like, so it is showing me who I am. It is showing me who I am. Finally, as far as Upanishad is concerned, Upanishad is Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. So Atma Vidya means what? It is telling me who I am. That is the max. It will not ask me to do anything. It is moving from karma to jnanam. Karma is all over. Artha, kama, dharma over. Now moksha and jnanam connected. So that is the purpose of the Veda. Saha Viryam Karavavahai. May he give me the orientation. It is a change of orientation from prayas to shreyas, from karma to jnanam. Okay, that's a major jump. It is like the first time they ask you to swim, and you go forward and go back, go forward and go back, go forward and go back. And why? Because this is water, and they have to say, "Don't worry, come, I will hold you." So then you have to slowly take the person and then do that. So that jump has to be taken. So saha viryam karavavahai. Viryam. Tejasvi navadhitam astu. Again, now is coming here. Tejasvi now adhitam astu. Again, lot astu. May you, may he in this case. May he do something. What should he do? Now adhitam tejasvi astu. Now, so avayoho shashti dvivachanam again. This now is different, but both of us, our study now adhitam. Our study means what? My study and the teacher's study and the student study, like that. Now adhitam. Teacher also is put along with the students and say our study. Our study means our this joint session that's going on. The cabinet meeting, they say joint something, parliamentary meeting, like that. Here also one joint session is going on. May now adhitam, may our study, how should it be? Tejasvi, Tejasvi navadhitamastu. Tejasvi bhavatu. Hey, let this hour, this is not an ordinary hour. And let it let it be, let us get the maximum out of this 1 hour. Let the teacher know exactly what he's talking about. Let the teacher also get the right words at the right time. And let the teacher not be constantly searching for words. Teacher also may be a very great person, great teacher, but words have to flow at the right time, because this is a time when the words have to come, the right teachings have to come, the right sentences have to come, because understanding is happening, and understanding is only God's gift. Nobody can come and say, I will figure it out. Not possible. That enthusiasm is needed, but Bhagavan has to say, okay, I will make it happen for you. That learning is always like that. It is a miracle. Learning is a miracle. The fact that a child learns something is just a miracle. That's why sometimes the parents break their head. Why are you not able to follow what I'm saying? And this child just looks at it. Not happening. Not happening. Why? Because it is, we have to pray before, we have to pray before teaching, before studying. We have to pray. Prayer is very important. Saraswati Namastubhyam. Saraswati has to be, we have to literally keep a picture of Saraswati in front of us. I think we all should practice. We means children. We also should practice. We have to just pray to her. Sanskrit is there, this is there, that is, everything is there, but still I'm not following means what? That something has to happen, and that's not happening. So, Tejasvi Bhavatu, may this become, may this hour be memorable. Every hour should be memorable. Why not? Why not? Memorable, not boring. So, teacher has to pray. May my class not be boring to others. Otherwise, Vedanta will become boring very quickly. क्या masala कुछ नहीं, all the masalas they are constantly removing also. Salt is removed, masala removed, chili powder removed, nirgunam brahma. And bland it is. It's all bland. Therefore, tejasvi navadhitam astu ma vidvishavahai. Pah, these mantras are all too much. Again, lot. Ma means maybe not, maybe never, maybe never. May the teacher and student never vidvishavahai. Dvesha means that some bad chemistry, wrong chemistry. maybe not argue with each other, maybe not hate each other for some small thing. There might be some things, right? What a statement it is. Because that wrong chemistry can come and ruin the teaching. Wrong chemistry. Let the teacher give the benefit of doubt to the student. Let the student give the benefit of doubt to the teacher. Okay. Let me not make all these assumptions. The teacher is partial to her, partial to him, but always shouting at me. All these ideas are dangerous ideas. Dangerous ideas. Once a student gets this idea, then teaching will stop, learning will stop. That is why children, when they trust the teachers, they just learn, they just enjoy. They love going to school, they just enjoy. Teacher also makes the children feel like everybody is wanted, everybody is important. In my eyes, all of you are equal, very important, and I love all of you equally. That the student should know. In a classroom, they should know. That is a primary requirement. After that, ABCDs can come. Then the students will trust the teacher. Yes, and they will surrender to the teacher. Children without their knowledge, they just surrender. So much that even they come home, they will love the teacher more than the parents also. My teacher said, no, Yuka, you're not right because my teacher told it. Abba, really? That's how the children are. Beautiful. So, you don't know anything, ma. Bah, you don't know anything. Abba, casually they come and say, you don't know anything. Eh, what is this? So anyway, so ma with vishavahi, maybe not have this ill feelings, bad chemistry. Let it not be there. Let us clarify whatever misgivings there are, doubts there are, any misunderstanding that is there. Let's clarify somehow, and only Bhagavan has to make that happen. And so ma with vishavahi, uh, om shanti shanti shanti. Three kinds of ashanti are there. Three kinds of tapa are there. Okay. Adhyatmika tapam, adibhautika tapam, adidaivika tapam. What are the three types of ashanti? All right, let's start from adidaivika tapam. So tapam, the difficulties, the problems that are there, which you and I have no control, no human being has any control over. So all the natural forces that are out there, okay, all the heat that is there, you and I have no control over. The storms and earthquakes and all these natural forces that are there, tornadoes. And if you hear in India, you say tornado, they will wonder what happened. क्या do? क्या बोलते हैं आप? टोर्नेडो नहीं जानते हैं? साइक्लोन जानता हूँ? हाँ, साइक्लोन जानता हूँ. Okay, cyclone. Okay, we'll stick with cyclone. So something like cyclone. Some differences are there, it seems. So cyclones, all these are natural forces. Every time it happens. Thankfully, these days some advance warning is there, and so this advance warning is protecting people. And that is called that Adi Devika, because that is all Deva Karyam. Deva Karyam does. We attribute it to Bhagavan. And so that kind of Ashanti, okay, may you give me Shanti against that also. Adi Devika Tapam. Next kind of Tapam, Ashanti is Adi Bhautika Tapam. Well, things that are around us, we have some control over these things. We may have some control. Things are happening, roads are being constructed, constantly they're digging something, some sound is constantly coming. And so, okay, you can close the windows, close the door, keep it airtight, and that way reduce the noise a little bit. Or if it is some neighbor doing something, playing rock music, and I say, okay, all right, how are you guys? I'm having a class at 6:15 in the morning, and plus others also sleeping. 6:15 in the morning, people could sleep. So can you lower your the drums and all that, and we keep it for a little later. Like that, we have some control over these things. That is called Adi Bhautika Tapam, and then Adhyatmika Tapam. Adhyatmika. Atmika means with this body and mind itself may not cooperate. May not cooperate. Lower back pain is there, arthritis pain is there, so many things are there. Headache is there, simple things, more complicated things are there. And if the body is fine, mind is there. Attention, I'm not able to pay attention. Mind is wandering here and there, thinking about later, future, planning. All life long I've been planning and doing things. So now my Vedanta class is a nice time to plan, My mind is very calm. Guruji, you know what? One thing that happens, when I sit in our class, some magic happens. Suddenly, all good planning I'm able to do. Hey, my God, you're not supposed to sit and plan and all that in this class. Please don't thank me for that. That's an insult to my teaching. So, mind has to cooperate. And so, Adhyatmikatapam, too many things are there here itself, right here. And so, may I be freed from the Ashanti that can come from this own body mind sense complex that is called Adhyatmika Shanti. So we say Shanti 3 times. So Om peace, peace, peace. Like that they translate. Peace, peace, peace. Now what will you imagine? Tell me. Peace, peace, peace is what? Ukraine and Russia war is there. Peace only we want, correct? What other peace you can think? Peace, peace, peace. Appa, 3 times you're asking for peace. What a great prarthana it is. Our Vedas are great. They ask for things, keep on asking for things. So that's all too much imagination. So this is what Shanti is. All right. Let us come back to Vivekachoodamani. Yeah. All right. Let's chant from number 34 of the abridged version. Athate sampravakshyami. That's where we are chanting from. अथ ते सम्प्रवक्ष्यामि
अथ ते सम्प्रवक्ष्यामि
स्वरूपं परमात्मनः
स्वरूपं परमात्मनः
यद्विज्ञाय नरो बन्धात्
यद्विज्ञाय नरो बन्धात्
मुक्तः कैवल्यमश्नुते
मुक्तः कैवल्यमश्नुते
अस्ति कश्चित् स्वयं नित्यम्
अस्ति कश्चित् स्वयं नित्यम्
अहं प्रत्ययलम्बनः
अहं प्रत्ययलम्भनः
अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सन्
अवस्थात्रयसाक्षी सन्
पञ्चकोशविलक्षणः
पञ्चकोशविलक्षणः
यो विजानाति सकलम्
यो विजानाति सकलम्
जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्तिषु
जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्तिषु जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्तिषु
बुद्धितद्वृत्तिसद्भावम्
बुद्धिस्तद्वृत्तिसद्भावम्
अभावमहमित्ययम्
अभावमः इत्ययम्
यः पश्यति स्वयं सर्वम्
यः पश्यति स्वयं सर्वम्
यं न पश्यति कश्चन
यं न पश्यति कश्चन
यश्चेतयति बुद्ध्यादि
यश्चेतयदि बुद्ध्यादि
न तद्यं चेतयत्ययम्
न तद्यं चेतयत्ययम्
Yeah. So we were looking at this mantra, this shloka number is Yaf Pashyati Swayam Sarvam. We're talking about Atma, which started in number 34, Athate Sampravakshyami. I have to talk to you about Anatma. Teacher said, Anatma means what? The entire world is Anatma. Even in the body also, Karana Shariram is Anatma. Sukshma Shariram is Anatma. Sthula Shariram also is Anatma. And so, if at all I was thinking something about the body is Atma, no, that also has been negated. And so, now he's talking about Atma. So, earlier he said, Yo Vijanati Sakalam Jagdat Swapna Sushuptishu. The one who knows, the one who knows everything, all experiences in all states throughout our life. Okay, Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu means the entire world of experiences is covered. And the one who knows the experience, one who is behind all the experiences, Buddhi Tadvritti Sadbhavam. Hey, all the thoughts also, the subtlest thing that a human being can experience is a thought. Is a thought. Just fleeting thought. Sometimes just comes and goes off. Okay. And so that bhavam, the existence of the thought, existence of the thought. Even in a dream, sometimes you try to recall the dream. Oh, you know what? My old friend, he came to the dream, and then you try to recall, then you're not able to recall. It's just very, very subtle, very subtle. So even the subtlest of the thoughts, Atma is the witness to that. Buddhi tadvritti sadbhavam, abhavam, abhavam also. Absence of things also I'm able to figure out. I know what is present, I know what is absent also. What thoughts are there, what thoughts are not there. And as in deep sleep also, in waking state also, absence I can figure out. And in Sushupti, it is pure joy that is being expressed in deep sleep. But in deep sleep, I am aware of nothing. Okay. And so that awareness of the nothing is that nothingness is not me. That nothingness is a manifestation of me. That's why I'm able to observe it. I'm able to express it and say things like aham kimapi na avedisham and didn't know anything. Sukham aswapsam, I slept well, like that. Those words are used. And so abhavam api vijanati aham iti ayam. That word ayam is there. Ayam. This. Ayam literally means this. This Atma is of this nature. That's what Shankara is saying there. And in this next sloka also, Chetayati ayam. Within brackets, you can say Atma. This Atma is of this nature. This nature. What nature? Yaha pashyati swayam sarvam. Yaha. The one who sees everything. Sarvam. Swayam pashyati. Swayam. Without the help of anybody else. Swayam. That shows Atma is self-existent. Self-existent. It exists without the help of anybody else, and it is operating without the help of anybody else. Pashyati. Sees. The word Swayam has come earlier also. Notice in shloka number, the first shloka, Atate Sampravakshami. Okay. No, sorry, the next one. Asti Kaschit Swayam Nityam. Swayam, already the word Swayam is used. Very important word, Swayam. Swayam. Everything in the world exists because of something else. Some material is required, which is the content of any object that you point to. Something is required. Nimitta Karanam is required, Upadana Karanam is required. And then, like our pot, famous pot. Pot is also an object. But guess what? The pot depends on clay for its existence. But here Shankaracharya is using the word Swayam. There he said Swayam Kaschit Nityam Asti. There is something that is self-existent. Self-existent. There is something Asti. It is not like the Asti of all the things I say. Pustakam Asti. Ghataha Asti. Ghata also Asti only. Pustakam asti only. But that asti is a dependent asti. That asti is dependent on this atma asti. The astitvam as the atma is what makes that pot existent. That is what is being said here. Indicated yaf pashyati swayam sarvam. That which by itself is aware of everything else. Aware of everything else. Then yamna pashyati kaschana. That's where we stopped, I think. But yet, if you ask, consciousness sees everything. Who sees consciousness? Like that, if a question arises, then then this is the answer. Then this is the answer. Imagine it's dark, pitch dark, and you're using a torchlight, flashlight, and then you're walking around seeing the things. Everything is seeing, and you're able to see things. It's a bright flashlight. Okay. But suppose somebody asks, show me the, find out the brand of the batteries that are there in your flashlight. Can you do it? I tried to come up with an example. This example I came up with. Okay. You can figure out how many batteries there are. That is easy. You can remove the thing and figure out. But what brand of battery it is, you can't figure out. Why? The light cannot shine the light on itself. Not possible. In fact, you can't even see the color of the flashlight. Nothing. You can't see. Not possible. Then you might say, no, Guruji, I know how to do it. Okay, I know. It's difficult. The color of the flashlight, I might be able to know how to do it. Okay, how do you do it? No, I will shine it on the mirror, and then the mirror's light will fall on the torchlight. That's how I know it is yellow in color. Okay, good. What I will say is that mirror is Vivekachoodamani. That's it. You figured it out. That mirror is Vivekachoodamani. It shines the light back on ourselves. That is the only way to figure out. That is why Vivekachoodamani is called a pramanam. Shastra pramanam. That is the meaning of pramanam, really speaking. And so here, yam na pashyati kaschana. Yam, whom nobody can see. Kaschana, nothing can see. Yam, whom nobody can see. Last time also, I think we saw some of these things. Very popular mantras are there. Famous Taittiriya Upanishad, Yato Vacho Nivartante. Yato Vacho Nivartante. Yataha. That same yaha only, same that pronoun is being used there also. Yataha. Yasmat. That from which words simply bounce back. Backfire. Yato Vacho Nivartante. Aprapya. Aprapya means not having gained, not having done its job. Not having done its job. Okay. Sometimes parents, they give some job to children, go buy this and come, and then go all the way. After half an hour, not there. Not there. What is not there? No, this agarbatti is not there. Agarbatti is not there. Where? That store you wanted me to go. What about the next store? Did you ask the next store? Oh, next store I should ask. That also I can do. Yeah, you're free to do that also. Next time, don't come empty handed, okay? All this we learn. So, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Even the mind, okay, words don't do their job. At least the mind is smart, Mind is very subtle. Mind, no, aprapya manasa saha. Along with the mind also. Mind also comes back empty handed. Means mind cannot objectify Atma. Why mind cannot objectify Atma? Because Atma is not an object. Atma is a subject. Mind itself requires its existence. It derives its existence from Atma. The cause of mind is Atma. Therefore, how the effect can figure out what the cause is? It's not possible. Not possible. And like that, many mantras are there. Chandogya Upanishad will say, Na tatra chakshuhu gacchati. Nice, like children. Gacchati, going. Na tatra chakshuhu gacchati. Chakshuhu means eyes. There the eyes cannot go or do not go. Na tatra chakshur gacchati nava gacchati. Like that. Kena Upanishad it is. 1.3 if you want to make a note. Na tatra chakshur gacchati. Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami commentary of this Vivekachoodamani, he quotes these mantras. He didn't quote Taittiriya Upanishad, but he quotes this mantra. Kena 1.3. Nava gacchati. Then Mundaka Upanishad, we are going to study that. 1.3.8. 138. We're going to study that. Na chakshusha grihyate. Napi vacha. Na chakshusha grihyate. Grahanam. Get. Grasp. Na chakshusha grihyate. By the eyes you can't grasp it. Grasp it. Napi vacha. Not by words. Na anyaihi devaihi. Deva means deva here means indriyani, sense organs. They are called devas. So napi anyaihi devaihi. No other means of knowledge available to us is able to grasp this atma, get a hold of this atma, objectify the atma. Not possible. Okay, like that we have Kathopanishad also we saw it. Okay, let me give you the number 3 to 12. 3 to 12. Go back and look at it. And there it says, Naiva vacha na manasa praptum shakyaha. Praptum shakyaha. Able to get. Praptum shakyaha. Naiva vacha. Not by words. Naiva vacha. Na manasa. Not by mind. Yama tells Nachiketa. Okay. Same idea. Same idea. So here Shankaracharya is saying yam na pashyati kaschana. Swami Dayanandaji, long ago, he said this. It is like the Muslim woman who is wearing a black burqa with two holes in the front, and she can see everything. She can see everything. Okay, don't think she's simply going blind and all. No, no, she can see everything. But guess what? Nobody can see her. Like that, he gave an example. Nobody. That's good, anonymous. Can be anonymous. Because in this world, there's anonymity is out of question now. Out of question. Even before you decide, I want to be anonymous, already Google has your entire Jatakam, Google has. So forget it. I don't know how you can be anonymous. From now onwards, I'll be anonymous. What now onwards? Now onwards. Not possible. It's all gone. Those days are over. And so that example comes to my mind here. And then Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Swami Paramarthanandaji quotes a nice mantra. There is a mantra that says, Adrishto drashta, Ashruta shrota, Amato manta, Avijñato vijñata. Like that beautiful mantra is there. Let me explain. Adrishto drashta. Adrishto drashta. Means what? Drashta. You know what drashta is. Drashta. Like karta, bhokta. Like that drashta. One who sees is called a drashta. One who sees is called drashta. So what is this Atma? Atma is drashta. But drashta means Atma is what makes the all seeing happens. Atma is fully aware of everything that is going on. Okay. Nothing can be isolated from Atma. That is not possible. Atma is the drashta, but then it is adrishto drashta. Adrishtaha means not seen. The unseeable seer. Unseeable seer. Next, ashruto shrota. Shrota means hearer. The one who hears is called a shrota. Ashruto shrota. Ashrutaha. It is the hearer, all right, but it can't be heard. Ashruto shrota. Amato manta. Then mind. Manta. Manta means the thinker. Thinker is called the mind. One who thinks is called mind. Manta. But then amataha. 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 Mataha means thought of. That which is thought of is called mataha. Amataha. Not one that cannot be thought of is amataha. Amato manta. Then what? Avijnato vijnata. These words sound similar, but they're not similar, okay? Vijnata is different from vijnato. They're very different they are. Okay? So avijnato vijnata means avijnataha vijnata. Vijnata, one who knows. One who knows. The knower is called vijnata. But that knower cannot be known. Avijnataha. Avijnataha. Okay. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3.7.23. See, these days I give numbers. You know why? Because all you have to do is go to upanishads.org.in and then you can go to Brihat and I'm sure all of you have bookmarks and all that. And I have bookmarks. I just type it, immediately it goes there. It's so easy these days. My goodness. And so that is why I'm giving all these numbers. 3.7.23. So now, now, now the question is that. Now the question is that you're now quietly hiding by saying Atma cannot be known. You're now quietly. I've come for a class where I want to know Atma, and you're quietly now saying Atma can't be known. What is the proof that Atma exists? Please tell me that. I want to just give me some proof that Atma exists. After all, that is what Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, like this we talk about. And Sankara has written a text called Atma Bodha also. And so, what is the proof Atma exists? Science is a valid question. Scientist is asking this question only constantly. What is the proof for whatever, for some phenomenon to occur? Tell me the proof. I can see the phenomenon, but I have to prove it. And so, I have to prove it. I have to take it to the lab. I have to do some experiments. I have to do some repeatability tests. It has to be repeatable. If there is a law, that law is working means I have to repeat it. I have to show that that law works. It has to work under these conditions also. So now he's asking, what is the proof that Asma exists? You're quoting all these mantras, Adrishto, Drashta, and all that, but it's not convincing. What if Atma doesn't exist? Of course, non-existent thing also is Adrishto, Drashta, Ashruto, Shrota. Non-existent thing you can't hear. Avijnato, Vijnata. Non-existent thing can't be known, obviously. So what is the proof Atma exists? A. The proof that Atma exists is the fact that you're asking this question. Okay, the proof that Atma exists is because everything exists. The proof that Atma exists is because you're able to see. The product is the proof for the Karanam. We're asking you to think differently. You are talking about a relative cause, relative effect, relative cause, relative effect, relative cause, relative effect. Everything is in this phenomenological world, empirical world. And I am talking about Paramarthika Satyam, that which is the essence of all these things I am talking about. So you have to change your orientation a little bit. Swayam Nityam I am talking about. I am not talking about dependent existence. I am talking about there is something called independently existing. Asti Kaschit Swayam Nityam. That is why we are studying this. And I'm not saying that is something that exists. I'm saying that something is you, Atma. I am Atma. Chakra is talking here about Atma. Atma is a self. Therefore, it is going to challenge me. It's going to challenge us a little bit. It's time to reorient ourselves and can't be lost in the world of Artha, Kama, and Dharma. Correct? And so, therefore, Swamiji gives the example. What is the proof that there is a camera? Hey, the photograph that you're holding in your hand is the proof that there was a camera. That's it, over. Camera cannot photograph itself, not possible. It can photograph everything else but itself. And so I have to see it to believe it and all that. All those ideas, it's all smart, I have to see it to believe it, they say. I have to see it to believe it. Yeah, I know, that's good attitude to have. But here it won't work. Here it won't work. Naisha tarkena matirapaneya. Yama has already indicated that to Nachiketa. It won't work. So yamna pashyati kaschana. Yaha chetayati buddhyadi. Yaha buddhyadi chetayati. Buddhi, etc. Buddhi, etc. Yaha chetayati. Chetayati. Chetanam means conscious. That which makes buddhi, etc. conscious. This consciousness is such a thing. Buddhi is live and kicking. Alive, they say alive, live and kicking. Alive and kicking or live and kicking? I forgot what it is. Live and kicking, I think that's what they say. So that's what it is. There is a mind that is so subtle. Buddhi adi, mind, etc., including body also. Body also should respond to the mind. Otherwise, what is the use of this body? The eye should respond to the mind. Go, turn around, look, there is somebody calling you. Okay. So mind can't do the seeing, mind relies on the eyes to see. And so then the mind processes it. So yaha, buddhya, yaha, the same that, yaha atma, buddhyadi chetayati, that which enlivens the mind to do what it is supposed to do, makes that mind conscious. Okay. So Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami says, Chetanavat karoti, swapratipalanena Chetanavat karoti. Chetanavat karoti. It makes it conscious as though it is an independent entity. Swapratipalanena means as though it is operating by itself. As though the hands are operating by itself. As though it makes it so conscious. As though the skin is able to feel all right, but don't take it as literal. It is able to feel good. But that consciousness comes from where? Asti kaschit swayam nityam chetanavat karoti, says buddhyadi. So therefore, all right, Atma enlivens everything. Body, mind, senses, everything it enlivens. Who makes Atma alive? Somebody should make Atma also alive. So here Shankaracharya says, Na tad yam chetayati, na tad yam chet, yam tad na chetayati. Tad. So too many pronouns are there here. Be careful. Tad. Tad means that. Tad na chetayati. That does not illumine. That does not enliven. That means what? Buddhyadi. Buddhyadi. This mind, etc. Even though it is very subtle. No, the buddhi cannot make Atma conscious. Does not make Atma conscious. Why buddhi does not make Atma conscious? Hey, because buddhi itself is made conscious because of Atma. That's what he says, Swamiji says in the commentary. Swataha chetanatvat. Because Atma being self self-aware, self-conscious, self-evident, and that consciousness is what transfers to all the anatma anatma vishayas, and therefore it is not possible. The mind cannot turn itself towards Atma. It is not possible. And mind cannot make the Atma conscious. Jadam hi swakar. Don't worry about the Sanskrit. I'm just reading this. Just listen. Jadam hi swakaryartham chetanam apekshate na chetanasya parakancha. He's saying Jadam. Jadam buddhyadi is Jadam. Inert. They're all inert. They're unconscious. Inert means not conscious. Swayam, they're unconscious. But then, swakaryartham chetanam apekshate. In order for the mind to do its job, it relies on consciousness to do its job. That is what he's saying. Okay, swakaryartham. But chetanasya parakanksha nasti. This chaitanyam is there. It doesn't depend on anything else. It doesn't expect anything else for it to be what it is. So, yam tat na chetayati. that which the buddhyadi, the mind, etc., cannot enliven, does not enliven, does not make conscious. Okay. Like, can give roughly, you can give this example. Bulb is there, electricity is there. Electricity makes the bulb bright, shines the bulb, gives that power to the bulb. It shares its power to the bulb, and thereby you feel like the bulb is doing some magic. Yeah, bulb is doing its own magic, but it relies on electricity. But the bulb cannot shine its light on electricity. Electricity is there by itself. It doesn't bother anybody. And the bulb can't do anything to the electricity. You can only say, oh, electricity must be flowing through the bulb because the bulb is shining. That you can say. That you can say. Something must be flowing behind this. That you can say. That is what is being said here also. Yamna chetayati, yaha chetayati. And so, I am, so Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami said, I am Atma iti Anvayaha. Okay, I am, okay, within brackets, you can put Atma, like that he's saying. I am Atma. Yeah, that is a topic. All right, let us translate the shloka. Yeah, the translation is, this is the Atma who sees all. This is the Atma who sees all by himself, without any aid, without any aid, comma, but whom none sees, but whom none sees. Okay, comma or semicolon, who illumines the mind, etc., who illumines the mind, etc., but whom the mind, etc., do not illumine, but whom the mind, etc., do not illumine. But whom the mind, etc., do not illumine. Okay, let's read that again. This is the Atma who sees all by himself without any aid, but whom none sees, who illumines the mind, etc., but whom the mind, etc., do not illumine. This whom and who, there is some English grammar, there is some nuance with whom and who. So you can correct that if you have to. But the primary thing is you understand what is being said. All right, good. Now, okay, now we are going to the unabridged version. Okay, where after this shloka yaf pashyati, then there is yena vishwamidam. Yena Vishwamidam. Then after that, there is a shloka called Yasya Sannidhi Matrena. Just raise your hand if you got that shloka. Yasya Sannidhi Matrena. Some of you raised your hand. And
What's the number, Guruji, again?
okay, number in my book, number is 131.
129, 131.
So plus or minus 2, your mantra should be there. Okay?
Ours is 129.
Can you repeat the mantra again, please?
Yasya Sannidhi Matrena. That is what you should look for. Around 130, 131.
129 here.
Book is
129.
129, sir.
Good. Good. You got it.
129.
So Yasya Sannidhi Matrena. That's what we're going to read now. Okay. Yasya Sannidhi Matrena.
I could not locate it.
Okay. So, see, what we studied just now is Yaf Pashyati Swayam Sarvam. That must be 127, 126, 127, 128, 129. In that range, Yaf Pashyati. Look for Yaf Pashyati. And if you're looking at this one, the numerals in Hindi, then sometimes we get confused between 1 and 2 also. That also is
Yeah,
possible.
that's
So
true.
it's
You may be looking at
127.
229. It's not 229, it's 120,
It's 127, sir.
127. Okay, some books 127 also.
Yeah.
Yasya Sannidhi Matrena
Yashya Sannidhi Matrena
Dehendriya Manodhiyaha
Dehendriya Manodiyaha
Vishayeshu Swakiyeshu
Vishayeshu Swakiyeshu
Vartante Prerita Iva.
Vartante Prerita Iva.
Yeah. So I picked this mantra because of some important words like Prerita Iva and Sannidhi Matrena. These words are they're often used in Vedanta. So it's good to get familiar with these words. So he's saying, again, continuing the discussion on Atma, Yasya Sannidhi Matrena Dehendriya Manodhiyaha. Okay, let's look at this. Vartante is the verb. Vartante is the verb. Okay. Dehendriya Manodhiyaha Vishayesu Swakiyeshu Vartante. Vartante, which which engage in, which are present. What are present? Dehendriya Manodhiyaha. Okay. Body, mind, sense, complex. Dehendriya Manodhiyaha. They are all operating in their respective fields. Mind does what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do what the eyes do. Eyes doesn't do what the ears do. And Vishayeshu Swakiyeshu. Swakiyeshu Vishayeshu. Within their respective, they discharge their roles and responsibilities. Everybody, all of us have roles and responsibilities. They have this in companies. They have this when they do some processes and all. They say roles and responsibilities. Okay, this person should do this. This role should do this. The other role should do this. Like that, they have all these roles. Like that, he's saying Swakiyeshu Vishayeshu. The eyes, their scope, their field of operation is forms and colors. Forms and colors. Swakiya Vishaya is Nama Rupa. What about ears? Well, they have their respective things. Sounds. Their job is to look for sounds. Wherever there is a sound, it should transmit. So he's saying, Swakiyeshu Vishayeshu Vartante. Vartante means they engage in. These different things that we have, instruments, they all engage in their respective activities. Swakiyeshu Vishayeshu. They grasp the things that they are supposed to grasp. What did he say in Tattvabodhakara? Shrotrasya Vishayam Shabdagrahanam. Remember all that. Tattvabodha. He's defining what a sound the ear does. Shrotrasya Vishaya Shabdagrahanam. Chakshusho Vishaya Rupagrahanam. Something like that we saw there. Grahanam. That same here also. Swakiyeshu Vishayeshu Vartante. All right. How do they do all these things? How can they do what they're doing? Yasya Sannidhi Matrena. Yasya. Yasya. Of the one whose Atmas, Atmanaha, Yasya. Sannidhi Matrena. Just by the mere presence of, very important word, Sannidhi Matram will come in Vedanta periodically. Shankara might use this word. Sannidhi Matrena. Sannidhi means just presence. Sannidhi. Sannidhi. Kadavul Sannidhi, they say, in our language also it is there. Swami Sannidhi, they will say. Swami Sannidhi means what? That the Swami is there. Swami Sannidhi, because temple is big, you can get lost. In Tamil Nadu, sometimes big temples. You don't know where you are if you go. You go to these temples. Vaidiswaran Koil, if you go, there are too many things to see. And sometimes you don't know where is Swami, main Swami, where is he? Oh, Vaidiswaran is there. Okay, Ambal is here. So like that you have to ask. So Sannidhi, Swami Sannidhi, they will say. Swami Sannidhi means where Swami is present in the temple. Here also, Sannidhi Matrena. Just like Swami is by himself, he is there. He is a Swayambhu. Okay, all of us require Swami for our existence. And so here also, Yasya Sannidhi Matrena, by the mere presence of which all these other organs perform their respective activities. Like that it says. And then another important word here, Prerita Iva. Prerita Iva. It is as though, Iva means as though. As though Atma is provoking, invoking, yeah, what do you call it? Making all these things do their things. As though. Atma is Akarta. Atma is a non-doer. It can't make anybody do. That's why he's saying, Iva, as though. It is as though Atma is making the mind go and think about all these things. As though. Prerita Iva. Prerita. Prerita is an important word. It comes from the Kenopanishad. It's an indication of the mantra from Kenopanishad. First mantra, 1.1. Kene shitam patati preshitam manaha. The same thing. Kena ishitam preshitam manaha. Student is asking the teacher, Manaha, this mind is there. Kena ishitam. By what is this mind impelled, activated, provoked, catalyzed? What is it that is making the mind do what it is doing? There he asked the question. So that prerita is an indicator of that preshitam, ishitam, preshitam, like that. Two words are used there. So that's the meaning here. That's why I said this. So let's translate this shloka. So what is the final meaning? Yeah, that's what we're going to see. So Vartante Prerita Iva. Yeah, all words. That Iva is also an important word. Iva. Iva. Samsaraha Iva. Finally, we are going to say what? Hey, this samsara is Iva. It is not absolute. It is an as though problem. Vedanta is trying to solve a real problem. Well, a real problem cannot be solved. Because you just told me it's a real problem. Real, right? Real means existing. Real problem can't be solved. Only a problem that appears to be a problem can be solved. No, but what about my sore throat and this and that? It's a real problem. Yeah, sore throat is a real problem. Correct. But that real word is vyavaharika real problem. It is a transactional thing. It is an empirical problem. And so you can solve it and it'll come back again also. Temporarily solve it. Good. So this everything is temporary. That samsara is also temporary. And so is samsara absolutely real? If somebody asks, then you say no. Samsara is a projection. It seems very real. It has its own reality. It's a powerful reality, no doubt. But it's still a temporary reality. It's a relative reality. And here, this is absolute reality. And so what is Vedanta trying to do? It is trying to show that all problems are relative. You are the only one in this universe that is absolute, always existing. Nobody can destroy you. If somebody says like that, how will we respond? That is Advaita Vedanta. So that's why here, Eva, as though, by showing that I am that Avinashitu Tadviddi Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam, as said by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, we are showing that the problems are as though problem. The problem belongs to the body and the mind. It doesn't belong to Atma. That is the meaning. That is why that word Eva is important. Let's translate this.
Even Maya Adhyakshena also similar, no?
Maya Jakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. That also. By whose very presence the body, the organs, mind, the body, the organs, the mind, and the intellect keep to their respective, the body, the organs, the mind, and the intellect keep to their respective spheres of action, keep to their respective spheres of action, as if engaged, as if engaged. Within brackets, that is Atma. Okay, by whose very presence the body, the organs, mind, and intellect keep to their respective spheres of action as if engaged, that is Atma. Okay, we'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.